Hello, hello. This is Noelle Randall, and this is video number 3 in your free 3-part video training series, Wholesaling Riches. So I'm going to tell you today, we talked about in video 1 what wholesaling was and how you can start. We talked in video number 2 how to market to find property problems so you can market and find deals. And in this third video, we're going to talk about how much you should offer so that you can make money. All right, let's get started. So obviously, as I said, I'll just recap. Wholesaling is about getting properties at below market prices and then taking that contract and flipping that contract to a real estate investor who will either flip the house, i.e. fix it up and then sell it, or fix it up and put a tenant in it, or just put a tenant in it, depending on the condition of the property. But again, you're like a middleman between motivated sellers and real estate investors. And it's a great business to start. It's a great business to be in, and it's very profitable, and it doesn't take a lot of time or money. So it's a great way to get started investing in real estate. So now that you know those first 2 things, let's talk about the last thing that we'll talk about in this video series is how much do you offer? Because you need to know how much to offer to those sellers so that they get a good price, a fair price, and that the real estate investor that you're going to flip the contract to has enough money in the deal where they'll buy the contract from you for the fee that you're trying to offer, which, like I said, is a minimum of $5,000. You want to make sure that you offer at the max, 70% of the after repair value minus any repairs that are needed. That's your max cash offer formula. So let me recap again. 70% of the after repair value. So if the house is in a neighborhood, you're going to get that value by searching what other homes have sold for in that street or that neighborhood, 1 mile radius in the past 6 months, no more than a year. And how you can get that information is you can go online, and there's different websites, and I'll actually give you a list, or you can get a real estate agent to pull that information through MLS, or you can go to realtor.com or Zillow or Redfin. There's lots of websites where you can find out what homes have sold for in the retail market in the past 6 months in 1 mile radius of your property address. Okay, so 70% is the max of the after repair value. So if homes are selling in that area for $100,000, you are only going to offer, if it needs no repairs at all, $70,000. If the home needs repairs, so say for example, the seller tells you, oh, we need to update the electrical and we need to update the kitchens and the bathrooms. And you determine that that's about $18,000. And I'll tell you how to do that a little bit later, how you determine what repairs are needed. You can estimate if the house is really old and it needs all new things, you're probably going to be a little bit more detailed, but you make an estimate of what the repairs are and just the estimate, and you minus that from the after repair value. So in the example that I gave, where homes were selling in the neighborhood for $100,000, if it needs no repairs at all, you offer $70,000. If it needs repairs of $18,000, then you would offer $52,000. So that would be $70,000 minus the $18,000 in repairs, which would be $52,000. That will be your max cash offer. And as a wholesaler, you're offering them a cash deal. So they're going to get their cash. They're not going to have to wait on traditional lenders, and you're going to be able to close pretty quickly because real estate investors want you to grow your list. And I'll tell you how to do that. It's super easy. And again, you already know a real estate investor. So if you found a deal, and I don't care what state it's in, you could contact me and I'd probably be interested, especially with the numbers that I'm telling you. As a wholesaler, you might even offer 65% of the after repair value minus the repairs, just because anything lower, the lowest price that you can get equals the more spread for you. Okay, just know that the lower you get the seller to sell it to you for, the more money you can make flipping the contract. Okay, so that's how you get your money. So you want to start as low as possible. You want to give a fair offer, but you want to pay the lowest price possible. Okay, and how you do that is you make sure when you're talking to the seller, you explain to them that you are a cash buyer. Okay, you're a real estate investor and you have a network of real estate investors also, and you may tell them, maybe I may keep this, or I may, assign the contract to one of my real estate investors, or we may partner. They don't need to know what you're going to do with it. You do not get into a long explanation with the seller with what you're going to do. Your mission when you are talking to a seller is to get them to sell you that house for your max cash offer. That's it. So what you want to do when you're talking to the seller is determine their motivation. Why are they selling the property? What is their motivation? And you want to spend a lot of time. And this is where, no offense to the guys, where us women, we really do really well with this, because we're very compassionate and we can be very, very good listeners, and we can be very patient. And if you follow those three things, where you're patient, you're compassionate, and you're understanding, you'll find out exactly why they're selling the property, and you can really hone in on that and make sure that you explain to them and you meet their needs. So if, for example, they are selling the house because they are terminally ill, you want to be very compassionate, but you want to explain to them that, obviously the stress of this mortgage is not helping in your treatment. And you just listen. And you may just say that one thing and just listen and let them come to their own conclusion that this is a great decision to get you to sign the property. And I have a whole script that we go through. I can tell you more if you wanted to do some more one-on-one. You can go to my website, noellerandall.com, and we can talk about it a little bit more. But the key to it is be patient, be compassionate, and listen. Okay? You want to be a very good listener when you're talking to sellers, because you want to make sure that they are a motivated seller and find out what their motivation is. Is it bankruptcy? Is it divorce? Are they behind on their payments? Is someone ill? Did they inherit the property? Or they have a hoarder? Did they buy the property with a girlfriend or a boyfriend and that person is ran off now? There's so many different reasons. I'm telling you, the opportunities are awesome for real estate investing and for wholesaling, especially because it's very quick. As long as you are a good listener and you can get that seller to sign that contract, you'll be making money. And I can talk to you so many ways, but the key to it is find out why they want to sell and make sure that you talk to that point. So if it's because of bankruptcy, talk about what a bankruptcy is and how, this is going to be stressful and they're going to have to get their credit back and they may move, blah, 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 whatever that situation, and make sure you're speaking to that. If it's to a divorce, be very compassionate. If it's a probate and someone has died, make sure you acknowledge that. I'm sorry for your loss, and be really compassionate and caring about that. So that's the key, is when you're talking to the sellers, tap into that motivation. So make sure the second or third question, and of course, you're going to ask about the property and how many bedrooms and what square footage, and I can give you a script of things to say. And actually, if you go to noellsfreetraining.com, Noel's with an S, Noel, Noelles, freetraining.com, noellsfreetraining.com, I can give you some more information, and there's some more free training available for you. But these are 3 simple ways to just get started in investing in real estate where you can really make some money. Again, $5,000 should be the minimum, and you'll be on your way. So hopefully you got what you needed out of this video. But again, you also want to ask the seller, what do they think their home is worth? So after you kind of tap into that motivation, make sure you get what they think the home is worth before you ever make an offer. So that's a pro secret tip that I'm giving you. Make sure you ask them how much they think their house is worth. You don't argue with them. You don't start giving your offer. You don't roll your eyes. Just ask them so you know before you ever make an offer. And you never, ever want to make an offer before you find out what they want to sell the house for. So, okay, great information. Good, you got it. All right. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can get more information again about me and more training. Lots of free information I have for you. Or if you want some more coaching and mentoring, noellerandall.com. If you want a longer free training, noellsfreetraining.com. Thanks, guys.